evening and welcome. You're watching live stream, the one show where we want to hear what you have to say. It is you whose opinion we want to know. What is your issue? What you believe are the key questions that you need answers. More importantly, what are the possible solutions that we are looking at that you want to make any significant change to anything in your life. And what is the big talking point around the world, which is Facebook, which is what is going on with the internet, knowing so much about you, the entire data rather. It is called, well, there's a hashtag now, it's called Delete Facebook, but is it only Facebook? Isn't this the tip of the iceberg? What does the internet really know about us? Well, Farhan Akhtar became the latest to leave Facebook today. We're asking how many of you really will delete your account as well. Joining me now, Jitin Jain. He is an ethical hacker you want to correct me on that?
Yeah, I'll be a cyber. I'm not an ethical hacker. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a cyber expert or a researcher, you could say.
Okay, great. I stand corrected. He's a cyber expert. He is not an ethical hacker. He's a cyber expert. You know, for us non-techies, it's all sort of a bit of grey area. So I do apologize for that. But I wanted to just start by listening. Before I get in, I want to start by hearing what some of you have to say. I want to first hear from Chennai. I mean, my colleague Sam Daniel has been speaking to a whole host of people on what they think about this entire issue. Will they go ahead and delete it? How concerned are all of you out there? Let's hear from Chennai.
With me, a group of Chennaites who are very prolific users of Facebook, particularly social media. Thank you all so much for your time.
Sure.
Do you think Facebook has compromised privacy?
Well, I think none of us is so naive to think that whatever data we are putting out there is going to remain completely private. That's the first thing. But having said that, I also believe that it is important for whichever media that we are trusting to safeguard our details to whatever extent they can, while they still are going to be making their money out of it.
Would you deactivate?
I wouldn't.
And in this age of digital footprint we leave wherever we go, do you think that kind of total safeguard of our details would be possible?
I think we'll be joking to say that we are completely safe. There is nothing called 100% security, 100% safe. Just as how we watch our homes, I think we need to watch everything that we do, either in our social media and any kind of outside interaction. So I think the choice is ours in terms of the kind of the message, the kind of postings that you want to do, how do you want to showcase. I think that's the most critical thing.
Yes, point A, I would restrict myself from sharing visual content. Point B, unless and until I am given a guarantee that the unstructured data that I post will not be mined into, or unless and until I am shown that this is how much it will be mined, I will not share unstructured data without second thoughts.
A young student, Ananya, you said you have decided to deactivate your Facebook account.
Yeah, that's because I find Facebook redundant and it's like more of, we find it very boring nowadays, so I think that's why most of us decide to get off Facebook.
Life possible without Facebook?
Definitely, considering how people nowadays prefer not to be on social media. Like, as much as people love to be on social media, there's also a large number of people who decide to be completely off social media. I'm sure it's possible to not.
Right, you've heard from all those people there in Chennai. There seems to be a fair amount of concern. Not everyone, of course, going out and saying that I'm going to delete my account. But, to the point that people are making, that they're going to be very careful, they're going to think twice, especially before your personal stuff, family, or any other details are put out. Do you believe that we are reacting in the heat of the moment, or do you believe that this moment is actually a game changer as how we operate on all these sides?
Well, honestly, I think it's good to see people are realizing the value of data, what we put on social networks and how they can be misused. But so far as people saying that we will stop using Facebook or will deactivate Facebook, I think these are angry reactions. These are, knee-jerk reactions. And it won't help. It would not, such campaigns do not succeed because everybody needs to be connected, and unless and until you offer them a better alternative, they would not keep one single network. So if like one news channel is spreading some rumors, you would not stop watching it unless and until there is another credible channel which is available. So if, like Anand Mahindra tweeted in the morning, maybe the time has come for India to have an indigenous social network or an Indian social network. Where
do you believe that's possible? Do you think?
I think it is possible. We are one of the biggest software outsourcing economies in the world. And it's such a shame that, Russians have their own network, Chinese have got, Vietnamese have got, and we I mean, it's not that Indians don't have, we have Indian instant messengers, just that people don't use it because we feel more comfortable with sort of features and, convenience Facebook and Google offers.
And sometimes
so
we just
maybe
follow the leader.
At some point of time, yes, when a good social network comes, people did left hi-fi, they went to Orkut. They left Orkut, they came to Facebook. And I'm sure if there is a great, good Indian choice available tomorrow, people will eventually shift.
And that's not just for India.
This is a blessing in disguise
for all over the world.
This is a blessing in disguise we as a country have today. It's an opportunity which is available.
It's an opportunity, so grab it for all developers, for all you techies out there. Well, this is what we need to do. This is your moment. Well, we'll hear more now. Let's just go across to Sneha, who's bringing us her voices from Tiruvananthapuram. Let's listen in.
Well, we're being joined by young engineers here outside the Techno Park. I, for one, am definitely worried and skeptical about how to go about my social media. But let's ask them, does it really worry you? Are you worried with what's happened with Facebook? Are you skeptical?
Yeah, obviously we're worried. If our personal data get compromised or something like that, that's a thing to worry about any day.
Okay, tell me your name.
Ayan Bhattacharjee.
Okay, so what's your name and are you even thinking of deactivating, deleting your Facebook account?
My name is Burhanuddin Saya. I'm from Mumbai. Actually, that's really very bad. Actually, our data shouldn't be shared like this.
Does it bother you? Are you worried about the fact that all your data, all your messages, all your calls have been recorded, stored?
Yeah, sometimes I do feel a bit tense about it, but I do believe in the privacy of all the big social media sites. So yeah, I do believe about their privacy. So I just definitely, that's why I use them, because all my private data is in there. So yeah, I do believe in all the social networks.
Now a lot of people, celebrities are coming ahead and they're actually deactivating their account, they're deleting their account. Are you considering something like that?
Not now yet, because Facebook is obviously a big organization. So whatever steps they take to, cover up for whatever problems they have. So I still rely on them until unless I see a further more step taken. So yeah, I'm not thinking of deactivating right now.
Right, I want to just pick up on what we just heard there, which was someone saying, and I'm sure that there are lots more voices that are we're going to hear on this, but people saying, what does deactivating your account actually mean? I mean, is it that as soon as your account's deactivated, no one has access to anything? There are lots of concerns on that because people suddenly seem to have smartened up night on this and have done their homework on it. Tell us how it works.
So I think there's a huge difference between deactivation and deleting a Facebook account. So you can any point of time deactivate your Facebook account, and what it essentially does is that your account become invisible to everyone else. So your friends will not find you on Facebook, they will not be able to say anything, and I mean it's sort of it is in an invisible state, deactivated state. But your data is retained by Facebook. Any time you can simply log in and activate your account, and even if you log in, it's automatically activated. So, but and on Facebook, the most commonly available feature is of deactivation. Deletion is very difficult because there is no direct deletion feature available. So you have to, once you deactivate your account, then you have to request Facebook for the deletion of your account, and Facebook does not do that for at least 2-3 weeks because they want to give you a grace period. So should you decide to change your mind, because sometimes in the anger and rage, people want to delete their Facebook account, and maybe a hacker who has compromised an account want to delete your account. So Facebook would instantly, they will only allow you to deactivate, and they would want to give you a grace period to confirm or change your mind whether you actually want to delete. But even if you delete, the data stays. The data stays. So you deactivate or delete, the data does not go off.
So what is the sure-shot way of keeping all this data safe? I mean, what do you do then?
So the sure-shot way is that you don't upload the data.
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
So
that's
once
the
you have
only
given
way.
them, it's like,
once it's out there, then
obviously
it's
just like giving your keys to someone and saying that there is no sure-shot guarantees. Obviously, I mean, you have seen the Cambridge Analytica case. You're seeing many other cases of people buying data for marketing and advertising and political campaigns. So obviously, if you give them data, that's how they run, because they're not charging you money to run your Facebook account. It's a free service, and there is a huge investment on the social network. So the only way they want to make money, the only way they can generate revenue is by selling your data to advertising companies and data mining companies.
And just one quick question before we just go over and hear from people in Kolkata, and I want to ask you, is there any way, that's something as the people have asked us today, is there any way for us as an end users to check who's using their data for what? I mean, is there any way to keep an eye on what's happening with what you've uploaded?
So once you, there is a problem of data privacy in India. We do not have an explicit data privacy law. So we do not have a differentiation between consent and the informed consent.
I see.
And by consent, I mean, so suppose if you see an app on Facebook, like, you know, click on this link and figure out how would you look 15 years from now. Click on this link and app to find out when you will get married, or, you know, what sort of a person you are, astrology predictions and all. So moment you click on such links and applications, they basically ask you to press yes, and they take consent to take your profile pic, your age range, where have you studied, your other public information, your friend list. And there are many other applications which are popular games like Candy Crush or Angry Bird. They also take permission to post on your profile on your behalf. So once you give those permissions, they keep those permissions forever. So the best way to figure them out is that go to your settings on Facebook, go to the app section, and I think everybody will find 50, 60, 70 apps they have given permissions in their whole, you know, 5, 10 years lifetime. Just start removing them one by one. And this is the method which Cambridge Analytica used by running several such malicious apps to take permissions from user and harvest their data.
Wow, wow, that's really quite something. Let's hope that all of you are listening in. But we've got our first caller of the evening. This is Nandita who's calling in. But before we go to her, there's also some voices coming in from Kolkata. Let's listen in.
In Kolkata, many people, they use Facebook. And actually, it's hard to find somebody who doesn't. We have some Facebook users who quite often use Facebook, and which is very normal in a city like Kolkata. So what happened out there? Do you feel threatened after that?
Yeah, absolutely, because all of our private details and all the documents, mainly the photos that we have, which are very personal and private. So Facebook is basically stealing those things right out from us.
So when you see actors like Farhan Akhtar and CEO Elon Musk, they are deleting Facebook, how do you think? Should people delete their Facebook account after this?
Yes, I think so, because normally nowadays the people are using Facebook after every 2-3 minutes to freshen up their mind, because they want to look after what is happening around. So if the famous people are deleting the accounts, so I think we should also delete, because we don't want to share our personal information with the unknown people, right?
Facebook is getting into our personal life, giving away our personal information. How do you think, how threatening is that, and how should it be dealt with?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Actually, me also think that we should delete the Facebook accounts. Basically, not for the personal photos, because I personally don't upload photos. But whatever we are thinking, we are liking, or we are reacting with a particular event, Facebook is making their algorithm according to that particular way and serving their outputs according to that.
We are reacting in all these algorithms that are now out there. At least we are aware of it. That's one good thing, that we are aware of how we can be manipulated, how our information...
There is one lesson, there is no free lunch in life. And if there is any product which is free, then remember you are the product.
Remember, you are the product. There is no such thing as a free product. That's a great tip. Well, let's Saurabh calling in from Delhi. Go ahead, Saurabh.
Yeah, hi. So my question is, कि जो data हम upload कर रहे हैं, if I'm deleting that data, it is stored in Facebook or not? Can we recover that data, or video data, or live stream data?
हाँ जी, जो भी डेटा आप Facebook के ऊपर अपलोड कर रहे हैं, yes, you can recover that data. You can, I mean, suppose if you want to deactivate your account, in the deactivation section, Facebook does give you an option to download your entire historical data, which would include your friend list, the conversations you have had with people, photos you have uploaded, every single post you have put on your timeline, every single information you have put on your public profile, everything historically what you have put in last, ever since you started using Facebook can be downloaded and kept and preserved.